Hey, how's it going guys, OneFO here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own Roblox exploit GUI in the easiest way possible. And here's what the menu is going to look like. This is just an example, but it's going to have sliders, buttons, text boxes, toggles, and so much more, and even a key system. And you can also make it run on different games if you want to make a script hub. So yeah, just getting right into this, I'm going to start off by showing you guys the two websites you're going to need. So all the links to these websites are going to be in the description, but here's the first one and here's the second one. So this is going to be where all the codes for the GUI are, and then this is the text editor. And starting off, when you get in the first link, you want to copy down the loading Rayfield library right here. Copy this, come over here to this other page, and it should look completely blank just like this. You won't see anything over here, it's just going to be blank like that, and you should have Lua selected in the top left. Paste in that script. And if you're doing a script hub, this is where you would add your code here at the top. So this is only if you're going to be doing it for multiple games. You would add this right here. So if game.placeID, so I'll type that for you, capital P place, capital ID, space, equals, equals. And then here's how you find your game ID. So let's say I was trying to do breaking point. You just go in the URL here and copy this ID right here. That's what you'd paste in there. But then for every game that you'd add, you just add this code to the top of it. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be doing that. So just like that. And the next thing you want to do is come back over here to the first tab, scroll down and click on the next page. And you're going to see this right here saying creating a window. So just copy everything in here or just click on this copy button right there. Go back in the editor, go down 2 lines from here. So just click enter twice and go down here and paste it. And now here's what you could do with all the different naming systems. So I could name the GUI, let's say I was doing it for let's just do it for the game that I'm in right now called Gun Simulator. So I'll type in here, Gun Simulator, script, and then you could add like a little emoji if you want to. You just type in here, Windows key plus dot. It's going to open up this emoji menu where you can put in an emoji, makes it look a little bit more clean. Then here's for the loading screen. You can change this to whatever you want to. I'm going to make this say example hub, because this is going to be like the name of your hub. Loading subtitle is going to be by whatever your name is, so by OneFO. And by the way, I'm going to have this finished script linked in the description as well. Okay, so here's another thing you could do. If whenever they leave the game, if you want it to save their settings, you can keep this as true, but if you don't want it to, then you can change this to false. So I'm going to change it to false. So pretty much all you have to do here is just change all the settings however you want to. So right here you can create a custom folder, which is going to be in your exploits workspace folder. This isn't actually needed, but you can do it if you want to. I'm going to keep it on nil. By the way, nil means it's not going to happen, so it's false. File name, make this unique. So I'm going to make this say YouTube example hub, just like that. Here's your Discord if you want them to join your Discord server right when they load in the GUI. So I'm going to keep this at false, but if you wanted to add one, for example, my Discord server's invite link is discord.gg/vegax. So I type in that right there and then change this to true. And then if you want to do remember joins, this would be if they are already in your Discord server, it's not going to make them invite again. So yeah, I'm just going to keep this on true, and that's going to be pretty useful right there. You also have the key system. So you have false or true. So if you want to use a key system, you can make it true. So I'm going to say true. Okay, so here's what else you could do. I'm going to make the title just say Gun Simulator keys, or let's say key system. Let's say link in Discord server. So you would have like your link for ties link or whatever in here, or you could just not add keys by changing this to false. And then the note is going to be right here. You can make it say whatever you want. I'm going to say, let's just say join server from MISC tab. And here's how you can actually do the key, and I'd recommend you do the grab key from site. So I'm going to show you what this actually means here. So the first thing you have to do is go to pastebin.com and make an account, and once you've made an account on Pastebin, that's going to let you make paste that you can edit. I've already made one right here called key. As you could see, I'm going to click on it, and as you can see, the key right now is subscribe 1. So basically how you set this up is you come over here to raw, and then click on raw, copy this link right here, and then come back over here and paste it right into the, where is it right here? The file name. Or no, you don't want to change this. First, change the file name to whatever you want. So I'm just going to say example hub key, and then paste your Pastebin link right here where it says key. So just like that, the raw link, and then change grab key from site to true. And once you have all these, it should look just like mine if you're doing the same thing I am. Save key, I'm going to set this to false just because I want you to be able to see the key. But as you can see right here, if you don't know what save key is, that's going to be, as you can see, they won't have to enter the key every time they execute it. But once you change the key on here, by coming back over to the main page. So let's say I executed this script right now. Let's paste this into our game really quick. I'm going to be using Vega X for this video, by the way. So I paste this in, as you can see. So here's what the key system looks like. It's going to say join server from MISC tab, link in Discord server. Click over here and it's going to say subscribe 1. Click enter and it should open up our GUI for us. As you can see right here, gun simulator script. Of course, right now it's going to be blank because we haven't added anything to it yet. But if I come over here now, back onto this page, and I change this save key to true, then now if I come over here and I execute this script again, and I paste in my thing, now if I re-execute this script, I shouldn't have to put in a key anymore. Yep, as you can see, it's going to load it up straight away for us. But then if you change the key, so if I click on edit here, and then change the key to subscribe to, save changes. Now if you come back over here to the UI, and you re-execute the script, it's going to open up this again, and now our new key is subscribe to. So boom, that's going to work now. So yeah, I hope you guys understood how that works. You basically just edit. So you edit this whenever you want to change the key, so maybe every 24 hours or something. And yeah, enough of the key system. I'm going to show you guys now the next step. So coming back over here to the Rayfield website, scroll down, click on creating a tab, copy this, go down 2 more lines, just click on here, enter, paste it in right here. And right in front of where it says tab right here, type the word main with a capital M. And then over here, you just want to change the name to whatever you want. So I'm going to give it a little home emoji. So let's type in home, a little house, and it's going to say home. And then we could also change the icon if you want to. But just for the sake of the video, I'm going to remove this and say nil. So again, nil means nothing. So you're not going to have any icon. It's just going to be an emoji. And then the next thing you want to do is come back over here and copy the creating a section, just like this. Click right here, click enter, boom, paste it in. And as you can see, you have this new section thing. So again, you want to go right in front of section this time and type in main. Right in front of, or right in this box here, you want to type main. Or again, whatever else you want to say. So you could make this say like farming if you're making like a Bloxfruit script, or maybe aimbot or something like that. But just so you can get an idea of what this actually is, I'm going to join back in the game and execute this. See what this does here. So as you can see, the example hub. And now we have a tab that says home. But yeah, the other section isn't going to be created until we add something to it. So let's come over here and add our button. Or actually, let's do a notification first. So if you scroll down, go to next, and click on, copy this code right here that says notifying the user. Again, this is optional, but if you want to add an execution notification, it's pretty fun. Click copy, paste it in right underneath this. So right there. And then over here, the title is going to be you executed the script. Just like that. Notification content, we could say very good GUI. This is going to be the duration of how long the notification is going to exist before it disappears. I'm going to do 5 seconds. And then for the image, I'm just going to change this to nil again, which again means nothing. And then actions is going to be anything you can change. So there's going to be like a button here. So the button is just going to say okay. And this is kind of useless, to be honest, because it's just a notification. So I'm just going to say name okay, print user tapped okay. And here's what that looks like if I execute it in the game. So let's re-execute this really quickly. Should load this up right here. And if you can see in this console now, I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. And if I click on the... Wait, I should have forgot something right here. You want to add main in front of this tab right here as well. So just like that, main tab, main section, main tab, just like that. And then now when we execute this script, it should load up with no issues. So boom, here it is loading. Once it opens up, we have a little main thing here, and there's our little notification. Click OK. And as you can see right here, it says the user tapped OK. You can make that do whatever you want to. It could say like, do you want to join our Discord server? And then that would be like, yes or no. And if you want to add multiple different options, you could type OK. And then add a second one that says no, just like that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it as just OK. And now that you're done with that, you can actually add all your buttons and sliders. So the first thing I'm going to add for this is actually going to be a button. So you just have to come over here right below the notification, click copy, come back over here, again click enter twice, boom, boom, paste it in. And now you want to change this again, so change the tab, change this to say main tab, because that's going to be in your main menu. And again, you do the same thing for all the tabs, so you change it to like others tab or player tab. The name for this is going to be, let's say infinite jump. So it's going to be a script that gives you infinite jump, and I'm just going to paste in this script here. Because again, this is just a button, so you could do this with any script in the game. You could paste in your load string script here, you could paste in your other scripts hub right in here. But yeah, so I just found the script off Google, I'm going to paste it in right here, infinite jump. So just Control-C, Control-V right in that section. And you should still see these two things at the bottom, they shouldn't have changed. And now if I execute this in the game, we should be able to toggle on and off an infinite jump with our GUI. So let's see what happens here. As you can see right now, I'm not infinite jumping. And I'm going to click on OK. And oh, this guy just killed me. Okay, so we should click infinite jump. Boom. And now we could jump infinitely. And then if I click it again, boom, it's toggled off and I don't jump infinitely anymore. And of course, every script isn't going to have an automatic toggle feature on it, but this one just happens to have one. So come back over here, click on this, click enter twice, boom, boom. And now I'm going to add a slider. So sliders are actually pretty fun to add. You can actually scroll down here, copy the slider code. Again, you could do this with any of these different things on here. But I'm just going to be showing you in this video sliders and drop downs, and then come over here, paste it in, change the slider to say main tab. And then for this example, I'm going to be making it a walk speed. So let's say walk speed slider, range from 0 to 300 walk speed. So if you don't know what this is going to be like from the very left side of the slider to the very right side. Yeah, go like this, click, change the increment to 1. That means that you're going to be able to like change the walk speed from 1 at a time instead of 10 at a time. And then for the suffix, just change it to say speed. And this is just going to be like text, so these are all like optional, you could change this to whatever you want to. Current value, the default walk speed in Roblox is going to be 16. Click that. And then here's where the first script you actually have to write is going to come in, so type this right here, delete all these things, all these green text, delete, click the tab button twice, tab, tab, and then type the word game in all lowercase letters, dot, players, dot, local player, so capital L, capital P, dot, character, dot, humanoid with a capital H, and again this is going to kind of like auto correct it for you, walk speed equals, well, space equals space, and then in this parentheses you want to type whatever you want your value to be. So normally if you were going to do this script you would normally like type in a number here, but instead we want it to be the slider's value. So let's say we're doing jump power, walk speed, gravity would all be the same thing. Type in here, parentheses, value with a capital V. And now if you execute this script, you should see a slider that looks pretty like smooth. It should work completely fine. So right now we're at a normal walk speed. I can turn up my walk speed. Oops, I actually made a mistake here. You want to change the walk speed to a capital S. Sorry for that. Execute this script again. And this should work completely fine now. So it actually closes the old script when you execute it. Okay, so this guy's, there we go. Change our walk speed, we can go fast now. And of course you could do the same thing with jump power and gravity, anything in the game. We can go back down to slow speed, faster, you get the idea. And now the next thing we're going to add is a drop down menu. So just come over here, copy all this drop down code. And again, you don't have to copy the same order I'm doing, I'm just showing you how to do each of these things. And this would be good if you're doing like an auto farm for a game and you want to let the user select the area that they're in. So I'm going to change this to main tab again. And then the name is going to be, let's do select area. Like if they're in like an island, let's say Pirate Island, and then Starter Island. You could add like another one if you want to. Option 1 is going to be the option that's selected by default. You can make it say nil. Or you can make it say something like Starter Island. Starter Island. So if they're like just starting out the game, it would be automatic. You could do multiple options. So for example, if you were in Pet Simulator X and you wanted to let them select multiple areas to auto farm, you could change this to true. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it as false. Here's the flag. You could change this to whatever you want. I'm just going to say teleport. You could actually just keep it whatever it wants to as well. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that all these flags are different, so you can't have like example and then example again. And then here's where the actual script would be, but for this video, I'm just going to be deleting this tab, and you would normally type in like your auto farm script here. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to type in print option. And now I should be able to come back in the game here, and you should see a drop down menu that's going to show two different islands. So yep, right here we could see select area. Click on this, we could select different areas. And now in here it should be printing. I mean, we are getting a lot of errors because we're executing a ton of scripts here, but let's see what happens. I don't know if you saw it up here. It was somewhere up there. It kind of got to like, let's see if we could find it. Starter. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening here. But yeah, so as you can see right here, you could just switch between like whatever different things you have. We have our infinite jump, we have our walk speed. And then now I'm going to be showing you how you can add a different tab. So as an example, I'm going to do the others tab or maybe something else. Let's try this right here. Go back to the previous menu, scroll down and click on tab. Copy this, come down over here, to enter keys, paste in this code. And I'm going to change this to say others. Let's call it teleport tab. And then you want to do tab example. I'm going to say teleports. Let's add a little island icon here, because you're usually going to be like teleporting between islands. Teleports, nil. You could change that to an image if you want to. And then just come over here, click on enter twice. Boom, boom. And then right here underneath, actually you want to type in a new section. So paste this right here. Change this to say teleport. And then right here you would type in your section. So I'm going to say islands. And then you could add a bunch of buttons underneath here as well. So for each island you would add a button. So I'm going to come over here to the elements tab, copy the button code, paste it in. And then this is going to say island button. Let's just say actually button. Let's say teleport tab, create button. You don't have to change anything there. And this one's going to say starter island. This one's going to say, you would normally like put your teleporting script over here. Again, this isn't really a scripting tutorial. This is a GUI tutorial. And anyways, you would be able to use like, it would take a long time to learn how to script. Or you could just ask ChatGPT and it's going to show you exactly how to do everything for scripting. But yeah, you type this in right here, type, let's say print starter island. This is just going to be to show you that it's working. And then we'd copy all this code here, paste in another button. And this one's going to be called Pirate Island. And now if we execute this script, you should be able to see in the console here. So let's scroll down and then we click on this. So oops, let's go over here to the teleport tab. As you can see, we have these two buttons now. And I mean, the script is already kind of looking good. We can click on Starter Island, it's going to print that. Pirate Island is going to print that. Again, Starter Island, Pirate Island. And then now we could add the other tab, so let's add a miscellaneous tab. So come over here again. You could just recopy your teleport tab code. Go down 2, paste it in, paste in your section code, and this time replace teleport with misc. So misc tab, and then this is going to say misc. And I'm going to add a little dice emoji, because that's like kind of like a random kind of emoji. And then here you could add whatever you want to. I'm going to add a toggle. So this is another thing you can actually add is a toggle. So copy this. This is one of the most useful types of elements you can add. This is how you would let your users toggle on and off a player change. You could let them toggle on and off an auto farm, something like that. Paste it in. Right here you would type in the thing that you want. You could say like 2 different values here, and then one would be on and one would be off. I'm just going to type in here print below, and then right here it's going to say toggle. So you could change this to say toggle example. You don't really need to change any of these flags, to be honest. Again, just make sure that there aren't 2 that are the exact same thing. And then right here for the name, I'm going to call it Let's say example, let's just call it auto farm. So you'd normally be calling it. Current value, you would make it false. Or if you want it to be enabled by default, you could change it to true. And then right here, if we look what this looks like in the game, again, pretty simple to understand how this works. Go to the MISC tab now. Oops. I forgot you have to come over here and type in MISC tab just to make sure that it's in the MISC tab. So now it should load up in the MISC tab. Right here, as you can see, we have our auto farm toggle, and it should be printing something. Yep, so print hello every time we turn it on and off. Normally you'd want to change that to say like an on for an entire script, then an off for an entire script. Or you can use some getGenV codes, which is kind of complicated. Again, you could just ask ChatGPT to help you with that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what else I can show you for this. I could show you how to add the script hub feature, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Again, this is what the code would be. So right here, and then you could do like the code for the game that you're in, and then you could just copy this whole script, come down here, paste it in again, but this time you would come over here to the top and change it to a different game, so like this. Then you have two separate scripts here. So your first game would say Gun Simulator script, the second game would be like maybe Pet Simulator, just like this. And I mean, yeah, I mean, this script does a really good job of actually explaining exactly what you have to do. You could just click right here, creating an adaptive input. So I could, like, for example, type this in here. We could just go back, let's delete our old script, delete this, and I'm just gonna add a, what is this right here? The adaptive text box to the bottom of our MISC tab, so right here. And I think I'm gonna call this walk speed, or let's just do jump power, and then placeholder text is gonna be, let's just say 1 through 200. This is going to be like the amount of distance you have. So remove text after focus loss. I'm going to change that to true. That just means that it's going to not keep the text in the box. And then here's your callback, which is going to be your actual script. So I'm going to come over here and copy the old script from the walk speed, which was somewhere up here. Yep, that was up here. I'm going to copy all that, scroll back down here and change this to jump power. Oops. Jump power, change value to text, and now if I execute this, boom, this should load up completely fine, and there we go. So now we have a, where was it? Which tab was this on? Oh, my bad. Come over here, change this to MISC, so MISC tab, keep forgetting that, re-execute it, and now over here on the MISC tab, we have a text box, so I could type in 200, oops, we're dead right now, okay, 200, click enter, and now I have a really high jump power, so I could jump really high. I can make it say 50, so now we're back to normal. Yeah, I already did make a script that looks very good, to be honest. It actually looks pretty good. Let me execute it right here. This one only took me like 10 minutes. So now here's what the key system looked like. Subscribe to. It opens up this menu here. It says Gun Simulator, Example Script Hub. So I had a slider for my walk speed, just like this. The infinite jump toggle, the jump power toggle. You can select your area, so 3 areas. There's walk speed, there's an auto farm, MISC, teleports. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea of how to make the scripts now, and you could actually, again, you could use ChatGPT, or you can just go from other people's scripts. So some people have like open source scripts, I guess you could like skid them if you really wanted to, but there it is. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And subscribe if you can, and good luck doing all your scripts. Peace.